What's up, everybody? This is Skylar with Savage Truth 603, and we got some stuff to talk about, mainly the coronavirus. So, yesterday, Governor Sununu, and with the by the suggestion of the president and the CDC, closed all the bars and restaurants here in New Hampshire. They say for 2 weeks, but who knows? It could be longer. And people freaked out. And I mean, I understand the people with jobs more than anything. I'm a libertarian. I'm definitely not a bootlicker or a government worshiper, but these safety measures that they're putting in place are to stop a lot of people from dying from the coronavirus. I don't think the Constitution specifically says that your civil liberties include going out to restaurants and bars. You have free will to move about. But when there's a serious pandemic on the rise, it seems to make sense to be prudent. I mean, does it not? Heard one guy, "Oh, give me the virus. It's my choice. Give me the virus." Well, I'm sorry, bro, but it does not just affect you. That's the part that you don't seem to understand is you go sit at the bar and the bartender may not want to be there, but she needs her job, so you could be carrying the virus and not even know it, and you could pass it on to her. She might have a newborn at home that dies from the virus because of you, because you needed to go sit at the bar, or you needed to go out to a restaurant and have dinner. This is one situation where I fully believe that we got to think of everybody, and I'm a me first kind of guy. Like I don't play that. If we don't think about our actions and do everything in our power to stop the spread of this virus, everybody in the United States is going to have a loved one that's affected with the coronavirus and COVID-19. We all have elderly relatives, not even elderly, older than 65. We all have relatives in our family who smoke cigarettes. We all have relatives who are obese. These are the risk factors. Pregnant women are at a high risk from something I saw from the CDC yesterday. Basically, the young men and women are really the least likely to die from COVID-19. So maybe don't be selfish. Maybe think about everybody, your grandkids or your nieces and nephews or your stepdaughter-in-law. Who cares? Think about other people. And stay home. I get that it sucks to not go to restaurants and stuff, but stay home for the good of everybody. So my biggest concern with this, a lot of people are, they're worried about free travel, and San Francisco's already on a mandatory lockdown for, I think it's at 7 days, 24 hours a day, 7 days, can't leave your house. That's what happens when people move about too freely and the virus spreads rapidly, and that's what we're trying to avoid here. They're talking about relief for all the people. I guess 1 million people lost their jobs last night because of the decisions to close all the restaurants and bars, or that's the potential, I guess, across the country. And that really sucks. Those people are eligible for unemployment benefits, which we all know is like 60% of your pay, and that also sucks. They're talking about people who are self-employed or who own a business like myself, giving people loans. I would like to hope that those loans are interest-free, but my biggest concern looking beyond what's happening right now is the financial aspect that this is going to create. The government's going to want their money back. If you think that they're going to give us all this money and not want it back, you're crazy. Your landlord can't kick you out for not paying your rent, but do you think that they're not going to want all that back rent when things finally start to smooth out? You're crazy. If the government gives my business a loan for me to keep employees busy or to buy material, to do whatever I need to do, buy trucks, anything that I need to do, I have to pay that money back. I am indebted to the government for that money, so it's not a free handout, and don't think that it will be. This could be how we are pushed into a more socialist state. I mean, if you think about it, this virus is not, they're talking 2 weeks, and then the government said, it could be August before things finally start to neutralize. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And the way that this virus lives on surfaces and is so easily passable from person to person could be around a lot longer than that. And that's what the fear is. And that's why everybody who is saying, it's just the flu, nobody's even dying yet, you don't get it and you're not paying attention. I've been following this virus since the very end of December, the beginning of January, when it first broke in Wuhan. I saw everything that happened with the scientists that were arrested for their illegal ties to China. There's so much that people don't understand about this virus. It's my belief that this is a weaponized virus that China used an American citizen to steal from. A lot of people are not aware that, I believe it was in January, Dr. Charles Lieber, a scientist at Harvard University, was arrested for his illegal ties to China. He's a biological, he's a virus scientist for lack of better terminology. He set up a level 4 virology lab in Wuhan, where this is the city that this virus outbroke from. He was arrested for lying to the Department of Defense about his ties to China. There were 2 scientists in Canada that were also arrested for the same thing. The virus quite possibly could be a weaponized virus that was sold to the Chinese government. If you think about it, China was on the brink of losing their power to the democratic protesters, and ever since then the protests has completely ceased. People are gone. I know there are people out there that probably think that what I'm saying is crazy, but there are a lot of people out there who have been listening to me since I first started talking about this, and I've called everything from the beginning, from toilet paper shortages to the food shortages to the fights over water. I told all my friends this was going to predicted that there would be martial law in highly populated areas, and we're just starting to see that in San Francisco, California, and we're going to see that in lots of other places throughout the country before this is over. We're going to see clusters of lockdowns, if not a complete nationwide lockdown with National Guard patrolling the streets, and God only knows what else. I'm not really sure what the whole toilet paper shortages were all about. It started in China, and for some reason people here jumped on the bandwagon. This virus doesn't even cause you to shit. I don't get it. You can't eat toilet paper, I'm sorry. I was buying food and stocking up on everything before people started panic buying, and the markets are they'll level off, and people are gonna start to be able to get food again in paper products. One of the things that you're gonna have a hard time getting, and you should stock up on, is dog food, because a lot of dog food comes from China. And if that could be, unless we start making it all in the United States, it could be years before we see pallets of affordable dog food again. That's my 2 cents for what it's worth, which is not even that, to be completely honest. This is Skylar with Savage Truth 603. Stay armed, stay prepared, keep your eyes open, because the government's going to lie to you.